Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku prayer. Please stand. Takahamaharani kamsumarimasu. Kamurogi kamurami no mikoto mochite. Sumemi oya kamu izana kino mikoto. Tsukushi no gimu kano tachi hana no. Odono awagi harani misogi harai tamo utoki ni narimaseru. Araido no o kami tachi, moro moro no magakoto tsumike gare o. Arai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshio. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami ya o yorozu no kami tachi tomoni. Ame no fuji koma no mimi furi tatete. Hikoshin neseto kashikomi no maosu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami, mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami, mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Kom nagara damachi haemase. Kom nagara damachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truths given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive Group Johrei. May God and Meishu-sama bless you. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Eternal life. Once I was awakened to the realization that life goes on, that it is immortal and eternal, I truly began to live. Life's greatest treasure, which lasts forever, is the good done in secret for the welfare of others. A true filial act is the continued remembrance of our parents and ancestors through our prayers, good deeds, and ancestral offerings. When one person makes another happy, his or her gratitude is transmitted back in the form of light to the benefactor, whose clouds are reduced by it. It is a fundamental law of nature that the more such good deeds are done in secret and without desire for reward, the greater will be the reward from God. Good and bad fortune are in no way accidental, but are inevitably determined by the degree of purification in the spiritual realm. There is still another determining factor whether survives hold memorial services earnestly and with love for the spirit of the departed. Moreover, the intensity with which survivors and descendants help others work for the welfare of society and the nation and accumulate virtue accelerates the purification of ancestors. This means that filial piety is not limited to this life. On the contrary, the prayers offered on good deeds performed after the death of one's parents can be even more important than the care shown during life. It is only people ignorant of the nature of the spiritual world who say, by the time I was ready to be good to them, my parents were no longer alive to enjoy it. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all very much for attending this evening service. We had the opportunity to pray for our ancestors, for our families, and for all those who are going through lots of purification, and also to thank and appreciate God for our lives. And to before we finish, we have this another 3-4 minutes of Meisama's teachings that we will study and learn together. Today is about illness. About illness. Meisama talks about illness. And there is a poem that he says, foolish, how foolish it is to try to cure illness without really knowing the true spiritual cause. Illness is a cleansing action, a purification of one's spiritual body, one of God's wondrous blessings. Life comes from God. Only God can make it whole. Humans alone cannot create life, nor can they cure physical illness on their own. A human being consists of two things, spirit and body. Since the law of spiritual preceding the physical is a universal law, the spirit is of primary importance, while the body is actually secondary. The spirit should be transparent and pure, as it is in its original state. But when toxins occur in the physical body, they are reflected on the spiritual body as clouds. So these clouds, or opaque spots on the spirit, are the true cause of illness. One time, once these opaque spots are removed, illness is healed. This is the principle behind Johrei, transmitting divine light to clear away one's spiritual clouds. And it is true healing. The spiritual purification of clouds results in a physical purification of toxins, which must be dissolved and eliminated. Now, this process in the physical body, they are accompanied by discomfort, pain, and that is called illness. But illness is only a symptom appearing on the surface, and the true cause is inside the spiritual clouds. And that's the, uh, I would say, the secret to good health, to take care of not only your physical, but also your spiritual body. As Meishu-sama teaches us that human beings are born in the physical realm with the mission of establishing an ideal world. So we are here for a reason, with a mission. And this is God's plan. So when we function in harmony with this plan, we can live and work most happily, in perfect health. This is an eternal, immutable truth. However, no individual is also free from the spiritual clouds that are passed from generation to generation, from our ancestors. In addition, due to the ignorance of these truths, people indiscriminately they introduce harmful substances, lots of toxins into their bodies. As a result, they sometimes become more susceptible to illness. Their immune system becomes low, contrary to expectations. However, it would be limiting to the advancing of God's plan if workers were unable to continue to serve due to illness. So it is natural then that God would help these individuals and restore them to health. So they need have no undue anxiety. So if you are always useful in doing your service to God and Meishu-sama, try to help as many people as you can, being someone useful, that God can use you all the time. You have no worry to be, you have not to worry about illness, but have to always take care of your physical body, take care of your health, and everything will be fine. I thank you all very much, and I hope you all a very good evening. And this brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we wish you a very blessed evening.